What's up, Carmination? Welcome into another edition of our college football best bets. I am your host, Justin Bales, joined by Chris and Brad. I believe, was it Chris? Were you off last week and we got you back on now?
I was trying to make it, but my golf game got in the way. I was trying to get off the course. There's some slow players in front of us, so I couldn't make it.
So how are you? What's up?
I apologize.
All good, man. How are you guys doing this week?
Doing pretty good. The Chiefs game helped me out a lot last night. So
absolutely, I'm glad I was on it. I did the opposite. I like Denver. I liked them a lot, and then I go, I'm losing every Thursday night game. I'm going to go exactly against what I like.
Yeah, I went Chiefs. I hammered it too. In Chiefs first half, I was so happy, even with Mahomes going down.
Didn't matter.
Yeah.
Pretty easy win there. So obviously we're here for college football, and let's just start out with Chris because I know Chris has two bets this week. So we'll just start with him for the first one here.
I do. All right, nice.
That's what you said before we went on it, didn't you?
Who knows? I'm down.
Whatever you're throwing out.
I got a bunch of bets out there. Actually, I was posting early. If you are a part of Carmination in the Discord, I was sending out plays this week. Actually, for tonight's game, I sent out Pitt when they were at -3. You can get them at -3. I think they were 3.5. A little later on Wednesday morning, I also sent out NC State at -2 before the line jumped up. I really like NC State on top of, I like Pitt tonight. They're a solid team going against Syracuse. Hughes is down this year a little bit. Pitt going in. I think you're getting a great line. I know, and I was talking to Justin a little bit. Pitt's top two running backs are out tonight, but they have several more. Their offensive line is really solid. Their defensive line is very solid, and they've been making QBs uncomfortable. If you look at what they did when UCF came to town, they were hammering them, getting in, making tackles. They are one of the top teams in the country, 4.2 sacks per game, and averaging QBs coming in at a low rating, one of the lower ratings in the country as well for opponent QB ratings. So they stuff the run, they run the ball. I would like to say it's going to be a hammering of like a Maryland did to Syracuse, but Pitt slows the game down just a touch, so I don't think it'll be a 30-point game, but they should cover the 3.5 that I sent out. I think it's at 4 at this point, maybe 4.5. If you could jump on that. And then I like NC State tomorrow going to Boston College. They are second in the country in sacks per game at 4.4 sacks a game. Their front four are getting after running backs, quarterbacks, offensive teams with 4. So they're coming off a big win. They're going to come up to Boston College. Offensively, their QB is right around 60. I think they're 58% offensively for their quarterback. They are running the ball, but their defense is going to keep them in this game. And if you got them at 2 early in the week, 2.5, 3, I like them all the way up to 4.5. I think they're at right now. Maybe 5 if he gets there. Otherwise, I'm going to start laying off. If it starts getting into the 6, I'm going to lay off. But those are 2 solid plays I like this weekend. You can also check out the rest of my plays I sent out today at DFS Karma under Hastings Week 8 college picks. A little bit of a heater here. I think I can't remember exactly. I won 6-2 last week, 4-2 the week before, but I hammered Ohio State for a couple extra units first half and for the game. So on a bit of a heater, so I'm hoping to keep rolling this weekend.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I don't disagree on any plays. I know me and you talked to Pitt. Just to quick clarify, their top 2 running backs, I don't think they're out. I just think they're banged up. I did a pretty poor job of explaining that when I said it before the pod, but we were just kind of hoping that Pitt was going to throw a little bit more, and I said that both their running backs are hurt. I think they're questionable, so they actually might not play. I didn't see anything on it yet, but regardless, I mean, I'm on Pitt too. I'm on Pitt
as well.
Yeah, I took him at 4.5, which fish move by me. It was always going to drop back down, and that was really stupid, but it is what it is. You can get him at 4 now. I still do it. I'm fine at 4.5. Brad, what play do you have for tomorrow?
So for tomorrow, my play is going to be Oklahoma State versus Baylor. Baylor's traveling to Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's a 3.5-point favorite. After watching that Texas Tech game and the way Baylor's defense made Jet Duffy look like an All-American, I'm going to have to go with Oklahoma State here. They covered in five out of 6 games. And after a loss, their last 5 games, they're 5-0 against the spread. And I think Hubbard's going to run all over Baylor. Baylor did have two good tests against Iowa State and K-State, and K-State lost to K-State. But still, I just think the offensive firepower is going to be too much, and 3.5 is a pretty good spot to get it. So this will be the biggest test going to Oklahoma to have to play the Cowboys. So,
and to your point, Baylor played some tough games, so you start getting worn after those games. And Justin and I talk, and he's thinking that somebody's going to break him open defensively. I'm not playing it. I originally was like I was going to jump on Baylor, but it's homecoming there in Oklahoma State, and some of my I think I put it out early in the year, like kind of stay away from college games when there's a homecoming game, and that applies a bunch of games this weekend. So just make sure if you're betting an away team, an away favorite too, or big time game, that's not homecoming, so they're playing extra hard that weekend. What do you think, Justin?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of split on that game. I just kind of skipped over it, but like you said, we talked about it, and Baylor's run defense is so good, but somebody has to break one open against them.
Yes.
And if it's going to be Hubbard, that wouldn't shock me at all. So realistically, you could tell me that you're going either way, and I probably wouldn't try to convince you off of it or anything. That's not a game that I'm personally betting, but I could definitely see arguments for both sides, though. I'm personally going with Army again. They're a 5-point favorite against Georgia State. I've been screwed by Army this year. I've been screwed by Georgia State. So why not just take the game that plays both of them? And if you watch Army, it's triple option. That's their offense. Their defense is better, I believe, than they've played. I think that they're down a little bit, but I do think that they're going to get better. And when you look at the triple option, Georgia State can't stop the run. They don't really get any penetration. And the way that you stop triple option is on an early down, you basically need a tackle for a loss. If they're just getting 3 to 4 yards every single down, they'll go for it on the 4th and short. So I think the Army's probably not really going to see too many negative plays against a weak front for Georgia State, and they can probably control the game for the most part. I also think that we're kind of getting this game where people are betting high on Georgia State versus they're betting low on Army. Army has lost 2 in a row, and realistically, they were games that they should have won. I mean, maybe the Tulane game, you say that they're not as good, but realistically, they could have won that game. Where Georgia State has been a dog in each of their last 2 games, and they won both of them. So it's just kind of a buy low spot on Army and sell high spot on Georgia State, where I just think they're going to be able to control the line of scrimmage. And when you have a triple option team that can do that, it just bodes extremely well for them, especially as less than a touchdown favorite.
Yeah, I like that spot there, especially with Georgia State coming off of a big win versus Coastal Carolina. But even in that game, they really didn't control the run. They didn't really control the run that well, and it could be a good spot to get Army here pretty low.
Yeah, I didn't look at that game at all, so I don't have anything to really talk about on Army. So good luck to you there, Just. I'll probably tail it just for some kicks since you didn't work this time.
That sounds good to me. Everyone, if you're watching this on YouTube or wherever, just comment your plays below. We'll let you know what we think of them. As always, good luck. If you are watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. We have a bunch of content that's going to be coming out in the next few days, weeks, months, basically everything. But go ahead and subscribe so you can get the notifications when they come out. And just good luck this weekend with all your bets.
There's some big lines out there. I don't usually tease too many college games, but you might be able to get away with some teasing this weekend to bring some of those big lines down for you. Do like UAB and Western Kentucky are a little bit bigger, but those are some games you might be able to tease. They're way better teams, and you'd be able to give yourself a better line.